Tricia and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some steak tacos. So here I have some beef round tip wafer thin steak. This is 3 pieces right in here. I'm going to be putting it into a bowl. We're going to marinate this. So let's go ahead and drop them in there. And here I have on my cutting board, I have a bell pepper. You can use whatever bell pepper color you want to use. I have some onion, a couple of these are large limes, and I've got a couple of little green onions, the ones in the little stalk. I have got here a serrano pepper. Yes, I've already rinsed everything off, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut things. Just chop it up however you want. I'm going to do this like in slices. So I'm going to take this and just, okay, got that chopped up. We're going to chop up our onion, and I'm just going to do like little slices. And this is a very small onion. So if you have more meat than what I do, use a bigger onion. And of course, it all depends on how much you like onion or if you don't. Okay, so that's chopped up. Get the little tips off of these. And now we can chop up our little green onions as well. Okay, that's good enough. And now I'll cut my limes in half. All right. So what I want to do is I want to squeeze the lime juice onto the meat. You can also use orange juice and give it a different flavor. Lots of lime juice in there. Okay, just gonna move them around and kind of spread them out a little bit because we're gonna throw some seasonings in there. We want that lime juice to get on everything so it'll tenderize the beef, and you can't see it because it keeps sliding down in the bowl. But anyway, get it in there. And we're gonna add some salt. I don't add a lot of salt. You could season them before you throw them in to make sure you get it on both sides, but it's all just gonna get moved around anyway with the lemon juice. And then some black pepper. Garlic powder, I always gotta use a little garlic powder. Some nice fresh garlic would be awesome. Chopped up in here. I'm gonna use cumin, ground cumin, some onion powder, and then I've got some paprika. This was my paprika. I keep confusing it for the other one. A tablespoon. I like a lot of paprika. I like the smokiness. Chili powder is okay. We're gonna mix this up and get all those seasonings onto every crevice of the meat. Okay, now that I've got them like that, I'm going to throw in my onions. I'm throwing everything in there. And I'm going to cut up my serrano pepper also. If you don't like the chili, slice it open, take out the seeds and the membranes. I like it hot, so I'm leaving everything in there. Okay, there we go. All right, if you don't like to bite into a chili pepper or a jalapeno or serrano, whatever you decide to put in there, but you do like the heat, you can just cut it in half and throw it in there. Okay, so I'm gonna mix it up again. I feel like I need a little bit more of the spices. So I'm gonna add a little bit more just so they get on my little veggies that I threw in there. Now I'm gonna cover this with plastic wrap. Okay, now I'm covering it with the plastic. Cover it nice and tight. We're gonna put this in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour so it can marinate and get all those flavors into the meat. Anyway, we're gonna put this in the fridge and I shall be back so we can cook it up. All right, you guys, the meat has been marinating quite a few hours. It's been maybe, let's see, 4 hours that I actually had it marinating in the fridge. I've gone ahead and I put some olive oil in my pan. This is what my meat looks like after 4 hours being in the fridge. So all the flavors have gotten into the pieces of meat. They're all nicely seasoned and flavored. Look at that. And I had 3 of these milanesa. And of course I have all my little veggies, which I'm going to also stir fry. But first I'm going to go ahead and put pieces of meat into the pan. Now these are very thin pieces of meat, so it won't take very long at all to cook. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to turn it around and then do the next one till I've done all 3 of them. I've got a plate here where I can put them on, and then later I'm going to cut them up a little bit after I've cooked them. So here we go. Those are my 3 pieces. Okay, a couple of minutes later, and this piece is already cooked. Put that one on there. And move on to the next one. Okay, so here's the 3rd piece of meat, and I've got now my 3 little steaks all cooked up, and I'm going to throw all of these vegetables, just toss them in to my pan, and that'll pick up all the little meat droppings on the bottom. There we go. Get those little bits on the bottom of the pan. Now there's no more oil in here, so I'm just going to add a tad bit more oil. And then we can stir fry these onions and bell pepper. And remember, there's chilies in there. So if you don't want it that hot, take them out before you pour your veggies. Like if you cut the big piece of serrano pepper or jalapeno pepper, just cut it in half and throw it in there just for a little bit of the bite. If you did that, then just pull the big pieces out now and then saute these, because your jalapeno or your serrano, once it hits the heat, it can get to you. You know, it'll get to your throat and your nose and eyes. I'm already feeling a little bit of it, but I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm going to chop up some onion here. These are going to be my fillings for my taco. I've got some cabbage here. You can use lettuce if you prefer that. Okay, I chopped up as much onion as I want. Now I'm just going to chop up some cilantro. Alright, so I'm just going to mix this together. And then I can just grab from here and sprinkle it in my tacos. And I'm going to be using flour tortillas for my tacos. I've got a package of pre-made flour tortillas. You can make your own if you prefer. Or if you prefer to use corn tortillas, you know, skip the gluten, do that. Alright, my vegetables are coming out really nice. I'm going to lower the temp to a medium and let them sit there for a little bit more. In the meantime, I will take my steaks and I'm going to start cutting. Okay, so my vegetables are still cooking. They're almost done. I've gone ahead and I've rolled up this piece of meat. I find it makes it a lot easier to cut it, or a little quicker, not necessarily easier, but just quicker. So this is so nice and thin, I can fold it up. And then if they're too long of pieces, just chop them up. So just do that, just some rough chopping on them after you've rolled and cut. And there we go, that is all our meat for our tacos. Alright, my veggies are all done. I've gone ahead and turned this off. And I'm going to wipe up my pan, and I'm going to use the same pan to heat up my tortillas. So I'm just going to pour my little veggies over here to the side here. And I'll use that same platter to put all my carnita, all my meat. Alright everyone, I shall be back. Okay, so I've had a tortilla here heating up. It's nice and hot now. Let's get another one in there. I'm going to put some of this beef. Okay, let me get some of these onions in here because I am not picking them up. Okay, I need something better to grab this. Okay, I also got some queso fresco, some fresh cheese here. I'm going to go ahead and use that. Those are my leftover from another taco, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to put some of this cabbage in there with the cilantro and the onions. Now let's remember that this does have a serrano pepper in there, so it's nice and hot. If you prefer more heat, then add salsa or whatever else you want to put in there. If you want to use a homemade one or buy one, or a liquidy sauce instead of like a pico de gallo, you can add whatever you want in here. But just keep in mind that you already have some chile. So I'm not going to add anything extra. Here's my taco already prepared. Let me make another one. Guys, these look delicious. Close this one up. Put them together like that so that you can look at them. These are my steak tacos. I think it's time to give them a try, and if I wish, I can squeeze some lime on top of them. All right, everyone, I've decided to serve these rolled up in a little napkin on the bottom half so that we can eat these and then the crumbs won't fall out, but they probably will anyway with my luck. I'm going to squeeze a little bit of lime. The meat has a very nice lime flavor to it, so I don't really feel like it really needs it. But for me, and knowing my husband, he will squeeze some more lime in there. Okay, I'm going to roll this up a little bit tighter. Get my napkin under there. Look at that. That's the bite I'm going to take. I hope that you will try this recipe that I've had here for you today. Give me a big old thumbs up. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Thank you to everyone who has been subscribing. Please hit that little notification bell to notify you of when I put up my videos, which is every Tuesday and every Friday. I hope that you enjoyed this once again. Leave a nice comment down below and make sure you share on your social medias. And as always, buen provecho.